guys, I am down here with Ian Livingstone, living legend and founding father of the gaming, well, one of the founding fathers of gaming industry in the UK. First of all, I'd like to say thank you, Ian, for coming down to GAMES14.
I'm delighted to be here. It's great to see what's happening.
It's great to have you. It's great to have you. So first of all, I just wanted to start off by asking you if you'd like to just briefly introduce yourself to the people watching who might not know who you are.
Okay, my name's Ian, and I've been in the games industry nearly 40 years. Started a company called Games Workshop back in the 70s, launched Dungeons and Dragons in Europe, interactive game books called Fighting Fantasy, books in which you are the hero. Launched Tomb Raider with Eidos, Tomb Raider starring the wonderful Lara Croft. And these days, supporting the next talent, and especially in the mobile space, games like Plunder Paris, Village Life, Gourmet Ranch. So as the world embraces games, beyond console, everyone's playing games today, and on smartphones and tablets, it's great to see that.
All right, so picking up on where you left off, what do you think the future of the gaming industry is? Do you think it's all going to be in mobile? I mean, obviously there are some big launches with the consoles coming up with new titles that are awesome, but what do you think of the future of gaming?
Well, the games industry is growing like no other. It's worth $90 billion a year in software sales alone. Console market is going to continue to grow. Xbox One and PlayStation 4, amazing interactive cinematic experiences. But at the same time, new players are coming on board who had never played games before. So the smartphones and the tablets and PC games are becoming really popular. And you can see now people on public transport playing games like Candy Crush and Clash of Clans. It's very inclusive now, games industry. There's something for everybody. And I think it's great to see. I think one day everybody in the world will be playing games.
Hopefully. So to talk about something that was actually a big part of my childhood is obviously Tomb Raider and Lara Croft. And there's a lot of discussion about how Lara Croft opened a space, because there's not a lot of space for girl gamers in the gaming industry. So I want to know, what were your thoughts when creating it? Did you have that in mind when you were creating the character Lara Croft? Is there any, are you trying to get more girl gamers involved? What are your thoughts?
Well, the games industry started off with guys making games for guys. And in terms of time, if you look at it compared to the film industry, we're only really in the 1930s. So it's evolving quickly, but it's still not a place where the films is. So as an industry, we try and reflect everybody in games, from not just playing games, but to making games. To get more cultural diversity into the creation of games, you're going to see more content that is more culturally and diverse in its content. So having more girls in games, making them and games lead characters, I think that's really important. We did that back in the 90s with Lara Croft, designed by actually a 2D artist called Toby Gard, working at our core design studio. And he'd seen the rise of girl power and then a Cherry Tank Girl, and thought, with the coming of the new consoles, because before that it had been 2D games, side-scrolling games, suddenly you've got a 3D character moving into a 3D world. It's important that the young guys who are going to play games are going to like the character. So Lara Croft came as a result of being that character, but she was a strong lady, independent, adventurous, athletic, intelligent. She had all the attributes of a role model lady, and it's good to see her. So we need more cultural diversity in games creation.
But did you think it would have that big of an impact on girl gamers, like when you were coming up with the games? I mean, it is like, I mean, I know that it's come up a number of times in various discussions when it comes to girl gamers. Lara Croft is one of the bigger games. So did you was it an intentional move on your part? Did you know that it would become what it is when you were creating it? I
don't think anybody knew how big Lara would become. I think we had like 100,000 units in the budget for the first one, and we sold 7 million. So I think it's important to understand that it's not just the character. She was an amazing character, of course, but it was also a fantastic game, great graphics, really advanced technology for the time, with the 3D character moving to a 3D world, and the display and the gameplay was very compelling. So it had all the attributes of a classic. And now, of course, Lara survived the test of time in the same way as James Bond has survived in film, and we've had nearly 20 years of Lara Croft. So she's very much part of the cultural fabric of the games world. What we need to see now is more games with girls as central characters.
I agree. So what would you say about the local gaming scene? I mean, is this your first time at a games event?
No, I was here for the original games back in 2008. I gave a talk there, like I'm giving a talk here today, about the history of games. And it's great to see the passion of the players. What we need to also see is more content locally being produced, with more cultural content of the region put into games and reflecting the society here. But it's great that the government and people and visitors are seeing the games industry not just as a sort of games involving guns or footballs, that it does represent the whole of society, you know, culturally, socially and economically. And the more people got playing games, the more understanding there'll be and the more acceptance there'll be, because games aren't going to go away. You know, games are interactive. That's very compelling. Many people prefer to play a game than watch a film because they are the central character of the game, of the experience. So you're going to see more and more growth in games, and I just hope that society catches up and understands the good things about games, like problem solving, choice and consequence, intuitive learning, the social aspects of games, the creative aspects of games, and the community aspects of games. These are all good.
All right, thank you. Are there any last words that you'd like to share with the viewers about gaming, the gaming industry, maybe the future of games, anything at all? Is there anything you'd like to tell the folks at home watching the video?
Keep on playing games. Games, for me, has been my life, and I hope it's going to be your life too, because you know, we're all just kids having fun, and that fun should never stop.
Thank you so much, Ian.
Thank you.